Sex, baby, let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be.
Honey, what are you doing? Homework. You think you have what? Boyfriend to never talk to you again. Okay, Mom. According to my information, let me whip out my glasses real quick. It seems to me you have syphilis, which is a sexually transmitted disease, and it's a bacterial infection. We are not 100% positive this is what you have. We have not officially tested you yet for this STD, therefore we are not 100% positive you have syphilis, but I will inform you of some information that you will need to know if this is your sexually transmitted disease. Let me just look up some research real quick.
How do you get syphilis?
It is transmitted from person to person via skin or mucous membrane. It's contact with open sores. The incubation period is 10 days to 3 months after the sexual intercourse. Also, it's diagnosed by many different symptoms, and most times it's not fully aware you have it or not until you get a blood test done. Let me look up a few more things. Well, there's 4 stages of this disease. There's primary, secondary, Latin, and tertiary. And if you find out you have this disease, you're going to have to watch very, very, very closely. Infection can be treated in many different ways. Early symptoms can normally be cured with a single injection of penicillin, which is commonly used. Without treatment, syphilis can severely damage to your heart, brain, or other organs. It's a very good thing your mom brought you to the doctor. Otherwise, you could get severely, severely damaged. In order to not get this infection again, not that we know if you have or not yet, I have not sent your test in or have you tested yet, but if you don't participate in sex, it will prevent this from happening altogether. But if you want to use protection, you can always use a condom during sex, and that will help with this STD happening. If you want to get tested, you can test here at my office at Yale New Haven Hospital in the testing center. We are located on 20 York Street, New Haven, Connecticut. But first I want to tell you a few more things about the symptoms. There's 4 types of this STD. The first one is called primary. It occurs 10 to 3 months after you are exposed. Symptoms of this would be a small sore. It wouldn't be painful, but your genital, rectum, tongue, or lips is where you would get the small sore. Change is typical of the sores to change over time. Maybe you'll have multiple sores, and that could be a sign, so you should be watching out for those. You could have enlarged lymph nodes, which is under your armpit, in your neck, in your lower areas, anywhere. Commonly, primary syphilis will disappear without treatment, but you have to still watch it. An underlying disease remains, and it might reappear later in secondary. Secondary symptoms are rash, reddish-brown rash with sores about a penny size, so about this big. You'll have a fever, soreness, and achiness, and you'll feel really fatigued and have like this vague feeling all the time. Symptoms can go on and on and on for about a year. They might disappear, but there's a good chance they won't, and it could become way more serious and lead to way worse things. Latin is the 3rd type of course. In this period, no symptoms are present. STDs may appear or return in the next stage, which is called tertiary. Without treatment, this might spread or lead to serious internal organ damage or even death. That serious this could be. That's why it's such a good thing your mom brought you to this doctor right when she found out, because that could lead to bad things. Symptoms are a stroke, fluid on the brain and your spinal cord, which aligns your back, and your inflamed aorta, which is the main valve that goes to your brain. You could also get heart disease from this. The next thing we're going to do with you as a patient of mine is send you through some blood tests and a peeing test. You'll pee in a cup, we will have a blood test done, and then we will find out the results of whether or not you have syphilis. Now that I have all your insurance information correctly, do you have any further questions?
No, I don't, Mom. Do you? No, I'm just so mad you put yourself in a position where you could have syphilis.
Now that I am all done with you guys, I'm going to have my nurse, Tammy, take you back for testing, and I'll call you within a week to 10 days. Thank you.
Yo, VIP.